Hi, it's Megan. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be sharing with you what a typical weekly grocery haul looks like for us, as well as how I'm planning on using the foods that I bought this week, even though a lot of them I'm not going to be using this next week for my meal plan. And then at the end of the video, I will also share kind of what our meal plan is going to look like for the next week. Let's turn the camera around and get started with the grocery haul. So here's everything I got for just my weekly grocery haul. I went to Albertsons as well as Smith's, which is my local Kroger store. So here at Albertsons, they were having a digital coupon that got chocolate chips, Nestle chocolate chips on sale for $1.99. And your limit was 2, and you could use that coupon multiple days. So I went last night and got 2 of the semi-sweet. I had to open up one of them already. And then today I went and got 2 of the butterscotch. And then this was also a digital coupon with the limit of 2. I needed some more brown sugar, so these were on sale with the coupon for $1.49 for 2-pound packages. So I got these 2 yesterday and these 2 today when I went in. And then here is what I got from Smith's. They had a digital coupon for the Dryer's ice cream, was $2.49 per container with a limit of 5. So I got 5 of those to stock up on our ice cream for the next few weeks. Just for at-home date nights or family treats, or whatever. And then Honeycrisp apples were on sale for 97 cents a pound, so I got 6 of those. Bread was on sale for 99 cents if you bought 5 or more of the participating items, so I got 2 loaves of bread. They also had frozen vegetables were also part of that deal, so I was supposed to get 2 corns, but they put a green bean in instead. It wasn't a substitution, they just grabbed the wrong thing. So I got a refund for that. And then I got a thing of broccoli for soups this fall and winter. And then cream cheese was also part of their deal. And I use a lot of cream cheese, especially in the fall and winter, and a lot of soups and crock pot meals and stuff. And so I only had a couple of blocks left. These are good until May. And I haven't seen a 99-cent deal on cream cheese since before the pandemic, I think. So I got 8 of those to stock up. That should get me definitely a good way through the fall and winter. And then we also got 2 little gift packs that we got with my Kroger pickup today. And so I got 2 little reusable grocery bags, and each one was one of these bags of the Siete chips. So one is sea salt, one is lime, and then each one also came with one of these vitamin D samples. Each one came with these Oreo Cakesters, and then these 2 other bars came. We have a Simple Mills almond flour nutty banana bread bar, and then this pumpkin seed bar as well. Okay, so that's everything that I got, like I mentioned, for this week. And all of these things were things that were on sale. So even though I didn't necessarily need any of these items for my meal plan for next week, I bought them with the intention of having them in my pantry or my freezer or my fridge to use for the future when I need that kind of ingredient. About things that I know that we use and that I know we will go through before they go bad. And this is one of the ways that I save a lot of money on groceries, is that I use my money to purchase things when they're at their lowest prices, and then I have those things on hand when I'm cooking. So when I'm actually cooking and I'm doing my once a month grocery haul, there are usually very few things that I am purchasing for specific meals, because most of the time the meals that I choose and the way I like to cook uses lots of similar kinds of ingredients. There might be an occasional, maybe 1 meal, maybe 2 a month where I need specific ingredients or fresh ingredients that I don't always have on hand. But for the most part, most of our meals are coming from our pantry, our fridge, and our freezer of things that we already have on hand. So I'm gonna go over some of the things that I bought and what my intentions are for using them, and kind of how we'll make sure that we get through them before they go bad. So to start off with chocolate chips, I know that the holiday season is coming. There are quite a few treats that I like to make that use these kind of more specialty chips. I buy just my regular chocolate chips in bulk from either Costco or Winco because they have the best prices. But when it comes to the specialty chips like the butterscotch or the mini chocolate chips or other flavors, I don't use those as often, and so I always buy them when they go on sale. So these I like to make 7-layer bars with. Is probably the main thing. Sometimes we make butterscotch pancakes. That's a copycat recipe from a place that we went on vacation one time that are really good. So we use those. We use these chips in those sometimes. I also just make chocolate cookies with butterscotch chips is one of my favorite cookies. So I have lots of uses for these, and they will definitely be used again before they go bad, which isn't until October of next year. Same thing with the mini chocolate chips. We just used our last of our mini chocolate chips. We use these a lot in muffins, or quick breads is usually how we use them. Or if I make like no bake energy bites, I'll use mini chocolate chips in those. I also use mini chocolate chips in a bundt cake recipe. That's one of our family like favorite birthday cake recipes. So we use mini chocolate chips a lot. So I made sure I got one of those. I got 2 of these. One's just already opened and was being used, and so it's already in my pantry. So before this sale cycle ends, I might go into Albertsons 1 or 2 more times and actually pick up a couple more bags of the chocolate chips, because I know that I will definitely be going through those things. Brown sugar is just one of my like pantry staples that I always keep on hand. I always use it for baking, for cinnamon rolls, for cookies, and it lasts a long time in its little sealed things. Once you open it, it might start to dry out. But I have in my container where I keep my brown sugar, after it's been opened, I have a little terracotta disc that you soak and get wet. And if you just keep that in with your brown sugar, it keeps it really soft. And that has worked really well for me. I've had it for about 2 years and it works. I've only had to re-soak it once. So it lasts a really long time. And I have a food storage bucket up in my food storage closet where I keep just these sealed bags of brown sugar. And I was getting down, I only had 2 more of like this size package left. And so I knew I needed to stock back up on that again, because we're getting into the fall and winter where I do a lot more baking. I make a lot more treats to share with others, and my kitchen isn't so hot, so it's a lot easier to bake. So we'll definitely be going through this, and this getting enough here, the things that I purchased today, and maybe even if I go in 1 or 2 more times, should be enough for me to get through probably the next 6 to 9 months. I could possibly even make it to a year, depending on how much baking and things I do. So with apples, my husband really likes Honeycrisp apples, so I got these for his lunches for next week. We do have other apples in the fridge as well. Apples last a really long time, so when they're on sale, I do usually stock up and get quite a few of them. My girls also really like apples just for snacks to have with their lunches, or to have a snack in the afternoon or in the morning or something. So I always look for produce and buy it when it's on sale. And then that's the produce that we eat that week. So I'm not buying strawberries in the middle of winter because they're not in season, so they're not gonna taste very good, and they're not on sale. And so I pretty much only buy produce when it is a good deal and when it's on sale, and then that's just what we eat for our fresh snacking or with our lunches and our dinners and those kinds of things. So like I said, apples store a really long time, so I usually stock up on them, and they can easily last in my fridge for a month if we don't get to them. So for ice creams, like you guys saw, I bought 5 of these, and you've heard me talk about this before if you watched some of my other grocery haul videos. But these we like to keep on hand for date nights, specifically for me and my husband. We're just in a season where it's much easier to do our date nights at home instead of trying to find a babysitter, having them put the kids to bed and stuff like that. So this is something that we just have on hand to have an easy date night, to have a quick treat while we play a game or watch a show or something like that. And it's way cheaper to buy this whole entire tub for $2.50 that could last us for, I don't know, 3 or 4 date nights at least. And this costs less than just going out for ice cream once, to get like 1 cup of ice cream for one of us. So that's why we do that. And then with veggies, again, these are things that I add into my crock pot meals. Corn, my kids don't really love it just like on its own, but lots of times I will add it into taco meat or different chilies or other recipes, and we didn't have any, so I got just 1 of those. And then with broccoli, my husband really loves broccoli cheddar soup. It's not my favorite soup, so I usually only make it like once, maybe twice a year. My daughter Lucy really likes it too. So I just got some frozen broccoli just to easily put in that soup when I make that for them. Bread, I have been making homemade bread, but Lucy and Isla have really been liking like roll-up kind of sandwiches where you flatten the bread and then put your peanut butter and jam or peanut butter and honey or whatever, and then roll it up into like a pinwheel, and then you slice it so you have little like pinwheel sized pieces of your sandwich. And my homemade bread doesn't work super well for that, so I got this mostly for that. And also it was only 99 cents a loaf, which again, this is like a pre-pandemic price. So I bought just 2 loaves. I still have a couple in my freezer from the last time this went on sale. I bought that for when family was in town. We didn't eat all of it, so I have a couple of those in my freezer, and this is also just nice for when I don't want to make bread or haven't had time to make bread, to always just have these kinds of things on hand. And then kind of like I mentioned earlier with the cream cheese, I use this a ton in different crock pot recipes. There's, as you are watching some of my meals that will be coming up in the future, especially in October, I'm planning on doing quite a few Crocktober videos where I'll be sharing a bunch of different crock pot specific recipes, and you will see that I use cream cheese in quite a few of those. We don't really have bagels that often, but we do use cream cheese as a thickener and just to add some creaminess, and especially when it's on sale for 99 cents, that's a super, super good deal for cream cheese that I haven't seen that since before 2020. So that's everything that we got and kind of how I'm planning on using these things over the next weeks and months and even up to year. So that's kind of why I got the things that I got. I don't always have time to do that when I'm doing my full like month-long grocery hauls, but this is what it looks like just for a week. And I only spent probably around $30, maybe $35 for all of these things. So it's definitely within my weekly grocery budget. I usually spend about between $25 and $35 each week to stock up on these kinds of deals and get fresh produce, fresh milk if I need it, those kinds of things. So for the next week for my meal plan, we're actually going to be out of town the first couple of days. And so Tuesday we'll be getting back from being out of town. So that night we're just going to do something simple that I have in the freezer, whether that's just a frozen pizza or some other kind of freezer meal that I have made. I will just decide that kind of that day when we get home, depending on how unpacking and all those kinds of things are going. And then on Wednesday, we're going to do a buffalo chicken pasta in the crock pot, and you will see that in a video coming out in October. That is going to use some of this cream cheese. I will actually use the cream cheese that I already have on hand, since that is the oldest stuff. And I want to use that since that has an expiration date that's a lot sooner than these, which don't expire until May. So we'll be doing that on Wednesday. We'll have that for leftovers on Thursday. And then on Friday, I am going to make another crock pot dinner. Again, these are dinners that I'm going to be filming for you guys to see in October. And so I'm going to be making some kind of beef dish. I believe I'm going to be making like some beef tips, just from some steak and we'll be serving that with its gravy over like mashed potatoes or roasted potatoes, which I have on hand in my pantry. And again, that's another meal that will last us for 2 days. So that will be for Friday and Saturday. And then on Sunday, I'm going to do a soup. I'm going to do my baked potato soup or my white chicken chili, depending on what my family is going to prefer for that. And again, those are recipes that I have the ingredients for. I always keep those things on hand. So it's very easy to kind of switch and decide if we don't exactly want that kind of soup, I can easily make something else with similar ingredients because we already have those things on hand. So hopefully that was helpful with kind of explaining why I get things when I do and how I'm planning on using them, as well as a few ideas for what my dinners are going to look like in the next week. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next week with a full month's grocery haul. Thanks for watching. Bye.